we should be.
Bruh.
I like what you got. Good job.
Thanks for the hose vest.
No problem.
My phone is in the other room and it's blowing up right now. Freaking Twitter. Alright. Well, that's muted. Guys, we are together today with the one and only Soulless Havoc and Mr. Vass himself. How's it going?
Well, fine.
It's been a while since we've done a podcast, Soulless. What's up? Look, we've been busy or something. Yeah? Life happens.
I like what you got. Good job.
That celebrity life happens. Yeah. We're gonna good start that right off the bat. Mr. Soulless has merch. Look at this shit. He's got merch. We need a link to your store in the chat, Mr. Soulless, if you would. Because he's got quite a few things on there. I thought about doing some merch at some point, but I'm so super lazy about that crap. See, you got a wife that can nag you to tell you to do these things and get it accomplished, and you did. You freaking did it.
Yeah. For now.
Yeah.
For now, that's the case. So.
Yeah, give us a link to your merch.
Okay. Bam. Hopefully your button doesn't time. Oh, I'm a mod.
Look at that. Look how that happened.
There, moderator. Look how that happened. Anyway, there it is. For all your PUBG needs, folks.
Yeah. Do you want to start off talk PUBG? Just how like amazing the game is lately, even though the new map. Because a lot of people don't like the new map.
Okay, so
good.
Apparently with PUBG, a couple of fellow YouTubers and some fellow Twitch streamers, a lot of people have been bitching about PUBG of late.
Mostly the hackers, right?
Well, it's not so much the hackers. It's the new map was so garbage. People were data mining the game, going in and placing blocks on the rotation of what it picks.
Oh, I see.
And they were getting it to where they didn't get the new map. And if they did, it was like out of 10 games, they might hit the new map twice.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, Blue Hole was like, well, we don't like that. So, yeah, they went and tried to make some changes to the new map with more buildings and this and that, but I kill people on it either way.
Vass, what do you think of the new map, man?
I'm kind of one of those people that doesn't hate it, but honestly, I'm kind of slightly excited every time it's Erangel instead of Miramar. Just even though they added the new buildings and stuff, it still feels like there's not enough cover and just stuff.
I feel very exposed because there's so many trees to hide behind on the first map, you know.
Yeah.
And on this new map, it just seems you're very exposed, especially if you get a bad circle, then you're just screwed.
Yeah,
they need like a bunch of giant cactuses or something.
That would be helpful. It actually would be helpful.
They've talked about. I do know that they have talked about adding more. How did Blue Hole put it? And I'm gonna put this in imaginary quotation. But Blue Hole is looking into putting more "quote unquote" cover throughout the whole map, and I'm just like.
And that's what they were supposed to do with the recent update, but I noticed like an extra shack like every
that was their way
200 yards or something like that.
And
they were supposed to make it easier to drive on too, but I've only noticed like one or two dirt paths I didn't notice before so far.
I have noticed off-roading isn't as bad as it was. Like now you can go off-road and you won't have as many accidents or have as many flipped vehicles. They've been very forgiving on driving, so.
I still hit invisible walls.
So do I.
So that's really annoying. But overall, like, I don't like I said, I don't hate the new map, but I still feel like they could do some work on it.
I'm on the same boat. I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite at all.
No. And also, I heard before midsummer we're getting a snow map.
Really?
See, I'm kind of excited about that if that's the truth.
Well, because snow map will have trees at least, so we'll have at least some type of cover. Can we build snow forts though? I mean, are there going to be snowmobiles?
It's not Fortnite. Snowmobiles would be legit though. They should do that.
That would be badass. Snowmobiles.
Instead of motorcycles.
What's up, President? Thanks for stopping by.
What up, President?
So, go ahead. Did you hear any other updates? Anything else coming down?
PUBG wise, no. I do know in other news, Twitch was kind of broke the other day.
Yeah.
Monday.
My Twitch is still broke.
And a lot of people it broke for because a lot of people want to blame it on this. Wanted to blame it on the dock return. No, Twitch is doing some updates.
He had 300,000 watching at one point. You know.
Yeah.
That's impressive. And then
390,000. Yeah. It was almost 400,000.
But it's, you know, I guess people got bored while watching, or it didn't last the whole day. I mean, it dropped down to 100,000 and down to like 50,000, and so it's.
A lot of people wanted to come back and just troll him. That's all that was.
Is that what the okay?
That's all that was.
It seems like that's what a lot of the internet just loves, trolling. I mean, they just get off on it so hard, and I just.
That's what I do.
Well, I mean, it's different. If you're trolling your friends to just, you know, screw with them because they're your friends, then it's funny. I mean, but if it's some random streamer or Twitcher, it's just sad.
Yeah, like I was in a stream last night with a guy that only had 23 people watching.
Yeah.
This guy came in and just started throwing random insults at him about his weight and stuff, and he was trying to, like, you know, just brush it off, and at some point one of the mods was like, all right, that's too much, and just, you know, ban them.
Wasn't Wings of Redemption, was it?
No. It was a guy named Insane Moogle. He's a really nice guy that I saw on a podcast with someone else, actually.
Yeah, the guy I was talking about. Go ahead.
But, you know, more PUBG. I'd really like them to add some more weapons to the game.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah, and I'm sure they will too.
I like what you got.
If you guys haven't grabbed the new AUG yet, God,
thanks,
it is like sex in your hands.
The new AUG, huh?
The new AUG is fucking dope.
Me and Savage got him one time, and we got sniped before we got to shoot anybody with him.
Yeah, I want them to do something about the Car 98. I mean, okay, I get it. Realistic world. Okay, this is my military mind. Realistic world, yes. The Car 98 is a sniper rifle. It's a bolt-action sniper rifle. I got it. But in real world, a Car 98 does not have the ballistic damage that it does in the game. Now, in M24, yes.
Right.
The AWM, yes. Because those are actual, like, professional 300 Win Mag. You know, ballistics on those are actually legit, and they don't take
like what you got.
It was just an easy round for them to put.
Big steel.
On the club.
Good.
So, with that being said, I really feel they need to do some more adjusting on the snipers.
Okay. Like how? Like, give an example. What you'd like to change?
Like, okay, what I'd like to see changed is, okay, so like your what I call automatic sniper rifles, being the Mini 14 and the fuck, can't think of it.
The fuck?
Yeah, the SKS. Thank you. The SKS. I would like to see where those are not as accurate because they are automatic fire. I mean, they're still going to be accurate, but like you adjust, like, for every round after the first initial round, you lose accuracy on it, which, I mean, you do anyway.
You kind of do, because there's a lot of recoil.
Yeah. And then the Car 98, I feel like they should just change. Yeah, but what I mean by semi-auto, though, Savage, is like with the Car 98 and the AWM, and then you're you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just feel like the Car 98 shouldn't be that strong. Or whatever. I don't know.
Sounds like you're
trolling.
Toucan or something.
Yeah, Toucan Sam. But you know, I just adjust it a little bit.
Go ahead.
Because
I know the reason they do the damage on the snipers the way they do is just, you know, that's a general game balance thing. If you have a weapon that you can only shoot once every 5 seconds, for balance sake, they're going to have it, you know, do higher damage than a weapon you can shoot every 1 second, because Otherwise, what's the incentive to take in that bolt action rifle ever? There's like no point if it's not a higher hitting weapon. But
right. Well, I'm
one thing I
probably just
would like
salty
to
because I've been headshotted one shot with a fucking Car 98 at range, and it's like, come the fuck on, bro.
Yeah, I feel you. Like, I
With a
got
level
salty one
3
day when
shot.
I shot a guy point blank in like the shoulder with a Car 98, and then watched his death cam, and he took like, you know, a smidgen of health, and I was just like, how does that work, you know?
Yeah.
But I think what they should do is, since they have such a complex ballistic system in place to start with their bullet drop and everything, is if you're shooting someone at 900 yards with a Car 98, maybe have the damage drop off just a little bit, because that bullet's not going to be moving at the same velocity when it hits.
They talked about doing that, like especially in distance. They actually said they planned on doing that. I don't know if it's going to be next patch or a couple down. To me,
that would be better, because I've seen so many videos of people with the Car 98, and I'm talking they're taking 900,000 meter shots and hitting them one time, and I'm like, no, fuck no, unless that's a 50 cal, you're not doing that shit in real life. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 50 cal you don't even have to hit somebody with.
No, just the velocity of the bullet will rip their arm off. But I digress. Some other things I'd like to see other than new weapons. I would like to see at least one more automatic assault rifle. I would like to see. I would like to have 4. I would really like to have 4 or 5. You know, another assault rifle. I mean, I like the M16. I like the Scar. I like the M4. I like the 8. Well, don't really like the AK too much, except for at close range.
Yeah, it's very inaccurate. Even with a with a compensator, it's really hard to hit shots longer than 4 times. You know.
Yeah. I would really love to see one more AR in the game.
I would agree with that. That would be good. As long as it uses the
You know what I want in the game?
What?
No hackers.
They said they banned.
They need another SMG, anyways.
P90.
I bet you that'll get added.
That's a 9mm, by the way. P90s are 9mm.
Nice.
I think it would be a good addition. Honestly, it'd give you something.
I've gotten where I've used the Vector a lot more than the UMP. Hands down, UMP's my go-to gun, but I've really been having some good luck with the Vector. And
Vectors has a higher bullet velocity, so it's if you're the first ones that it doesn't do as much damage, or does it do about equal?
Yeah, it does. It's about equal.
Yeah, but if you can shoot a couple more bullets, though,
you gotta have the extended mag.
Yeah,
sorry, gotta have
extended mag, full kitted out, butt pan.
If you guys are interested in this, there's a dude that I watch that does, you know, comparisons on spread and stuff like that on each weapon in the game. And he checked after the new ballistics rework and did the submachine guns, and I believe the UMP was the worst in terms of spread. Yeah. And then the Vector was actually no. Tommy gun's the worst. UMP's second worst. The Vector's the second best, but the Uzi actually completely rolls all of the rest of the SMGs on its spread.
Yeah.
And I've been picking it up and using it. I've killed like 8 people with it, like just in the past, couple of sessions of play that I did. It's pretty OP now, actually.
It's a good gun. It really is. Not that many people pick it up right away, but if it's a good secondary, you put that that little bar on the end of it, whatever it's called, and then put a compensator. You put a compensator on it with a stock, and it's a good gun.
Yeah, it's got like this really small, like, his recoil was like that on the screen, whereas the rest of them were like lines up the wall,
Yeah.
It was legit.
Oh, dude, I've wrecked people with the damn Uzi. I'm not even knocking the Uzi. I mean, I just when they see you running out, they're like, "Oh, he's got an Uzi," and it's like, dead. And you're like, "What?"
Yeah, it used to be one of those things where it's like, "Oh, all I've got is an Uzi, I'm dead," But now it's like, "I got an Uzi, come at me, bro."
Come at me, bro.
Let's do a couple more minutes of PUBG talk, and then we'll switch to a different topic. Because not everyone enjoys PUBG as much as we do. We're all obsessed with it. I mean, that's the Vernie life, So
that's the Vernie life. That's right. You're rocking that swag. That's the Vernie life swag. All right. So Shank, your thoughts on so far how you think PUBG has been
overall.
Since its release.
Since its release, it's definitely been a positive because it's pretty much killed H1Z1, and I didn't like that game to begin with, and that game is pretty dead right now, pretty much just because of PUBG. And what's that other one? Fortnite? Have you played that?
Yeah, no.
I'm not a big fan of that either. I just the whole time I'm playing it, I'm like, I would rather be playing PUBG right now.
I don't really know if I should talk about the reasons why, but I'm no longer supporting Epic, so I won't play Fortnite.
You kind of sort of told me that, and I totally understand your opinion on that. So
I'm pretty salty at them at the moment.
A wild child appears.
He comes. He's angry.
Daddy's on a podcast. I will murder you later.
Stop. Anyway, so
overall, it's been a positive experience because it's just been a good battle royale game. I like the whole battle royale where it forces people from circles or some small areas, from big areas to small areas. I'm trying to think of another one I used to play, like the Culling. You ever watch that or hear anything about that? That one's it's very similar as far as battle royale goes, but it's mostly melee combat. There's very few guns in the game. So, and also
that actually kind of interesting to me because that sounds closer to the battle royale movie, which I'm a big fan of. Amazing movie. If nobody's seen it, you should go watch it.
It has a good concept, but they've just constantly changed. When I played it, they were just constantly changing fighting. Like you would be able to block, you'd be able to throw a weapon or something in a certain specific order in a certain amount of time, and they completely reversed it because they were trying to make everybody happy. And you're not going to make everybody happy.
No.
You need to make it as equal as possible, so that way you can try to make as most people happy as possible. But it's just it didn't happen. So the game's kind of dead right now. But overall, yeah. Go ahead.
A lot of developers have actually killed their games trying to pander too much to their audience and not sticking more to the professional game design methods that they know work.
But at the same time, you need to listen to your audience, you know?
Right. Yeah, you do, but like when your audience is making some suggestions and you know reasons that those suggestions are not a good idea, it's sometimes best to just tell your audience, like, sorry guys, yeah, I know you guys want this, but this just won't work with our game.
Yeah.
Like if you want that,
I agree with
what game types that might work
what
with.
you're saying about pandering to the audience, okay? And for me, the best example I can use of that is Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Hands down. Okay, so we got Call of Duty, World at War. That was a good game.
Right.
We had they were all good up until and before Black Ops 2 was done. Once Black Ops 2 was done and they went off with Ghost was something garbage bullshit. Okay, I don't want to talk about Ghost. But what I'm saying is you look at the Modern Warfare trilogy and you look at the first two Black Ops. Those are the heyday for Call of Duty. What happened was after Black Ops 2 and then they came back with Ghost, they did some rework and listened to how some of the stuff was going to be with the gameplay and wanted their fans to, and my camera's all jacked up right now, and with their fans, and people hated the game. And then they came by, and then you had, what was it? It was Ghost, and then the whole boosting and jetpack. It killed it.
Yeah.
Hands down, it killed the series. A lot of people are like, fuck this. And so just now, they're finally getting back to boots on ground. But what killed Call of Duty, and I hope it doesn't happen to games like PUBG, is that's the pay-to-win system, where you fucking...
Right.
If you go out here and buy this little crate for $5 and you're guaranteed a weapon or this or that, and it's like,
That actually happened to the Battlefront series, Star Wars Battlefront. They did exactly that, and the audience or the people that play the game was like, "No, screw you. We're not going to play your game. You either fix this, or we're done." So they actually removed it. They completely removed the pay-to-win system in that game.
And then guess what they did after that?
What's that?
What?
They waited for everyone to buy it for Christmas once they were happy that the pay-to-win system was gone, and as of like just now, like a few days ago, the pay-to-win system is back.
They put it back.
Wow. I absolutely 100% expected them to do that.
You know what EA said? They were like,
EA was just like, what we can do
the money
is trick everybody into think we're not going to do that. Wait until they bought the game, and be like, oh, by the way. It's back again.
EA is so evil.
We already have your money, so who cares?
So evil. I hate buying games from them.
Yeah.
I was telling people, I was like, don't buy Battlefront 2, and had arguments with people on Facebook that were like, just buy the dang game and enjoy it. And I'm like, dude, like, that's how capitalism works. That's how, you know, the system of consumerism and everything is supposed to work. If someone is doing something freaking shady, and you continue to support them, it's basically like just giving them positive reinforcement to continue screwing you over.
Yeah.
Like, the only way you can send a message to people who are making stuff that you want to buy, that stuff is not okay, is to not open your wallet for them. Like, and I don't know why people don't get it. They're just blind supporters, blind followers, I guess. Can't think of anything they'd rather play other than a Star Wars game.
Speaking of EA, it's like a friend of mine.
Yeah.
To me, sports games are kind of useless. Kind of like getting.
I don't know. Rocket League's my jam lately, man. I know most people don't watch my channel for Rocket League, but I love playing it because it's the game that I thought of when I was a child. I'm like, this soccer game would be so much cooler with rockets or just with cars
with fucking cars.
Just.
It was actually a thing to me that. When it came out, I was just like, that looks really, really lame. Like, why did someone do that?
3 days. 3 days.
And then I played it.
It became an EA sport in 3 days.
Yeah.
It's like once they put it out for free on PlayStation with PlayStation Plus, and like so many people tried it, they were like, oh, this is really, really fun.
Or if like me with PUBG.
This is something I never knew I wanted.
I would watch Ghost and them play it. And I was just like, I cannot get it. There's no way.
What game?
PUBG. I was actually doubting PUBG because I had never played a Battle Royale, never played H1Z1.
Yeah.
None of that crap. I was just like, yeah, I'll stick with my Call of Duties and Rainbow Six and Warcraft.
So
Dude.
Ghost is to thank for us getting addicted to PUBG, is what you're saying? He started.
Well, no, just people in general, not only just Ghost, but I mean, he played a lot, but. I bought it and then started playing with Shell and Ghost and everybody, and it's addicting. It's like, I mean, I've got it on both Xbox One and PC.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
It's like the Honest Game trailer for it said. It's like the game that everyone is playing because their favorite streamer told them to.
That's right.
That's right.
No, I was like, that's actually true.
So next topic.
One quick thing... I had something to say about PUBG and then it completely slipped my mind.
That's PUBG swag.
The PUBG swag. The merch. It's the merch. That's what it is.
Bam.
Oh, Thank you, Solus. Resident, what you said? I got to explain that one. I don't remember what the question was, but we're gonna be.
It may have been about my analysis of what happened with Call of Duty.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I don't know. I did enjoy. I played most of the old Call of Duty games on Xbox 360, and I enjoyed them. But I'm kind of done with that. The same reason I'm not picking up Battlefield or anything like that. It's just, Proud Mom, what's up? She sees the merch. But yeah,
I dropped the link in there if anybody wants to go pick that shirt up.
I did. I saw that. Yeah, and also the hashtag Buttpan Lives Matter. So
yeah. You like it? You like it?
It's good. He says I didn't hear what Solus was saying about Black Ops 2.
Oh,
just do it in a nutshell. Explain.
Nutshell, basically, it was before all the jetpacking and pay to win.
Wasn't there one in space or something? Like a
yeah.
Infinite Warfare.
Infinite Warfare that was utter fucking garbage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, no, that is not Call of Duty in any way, shape, or form.
No.
That's
pretty much 2/3 of the fan base of Call of Duty actually skipped out on Infinite Warfare because they were also mad.
Yeah, it's like they were trying to be Halo, only worse.
Yeah, way worse.
Yeah,
way
what
worse.
The hell? Anyway, let's switch over to movies, like upcoming movies, stuff we just recently seen. I'll tell you one that I just saw. The Thor Ragnarok was very good. I'd give it an A, not an A plus, but an A.
It's an A. I've seen it.
It was very good.
I went and watched it. I took your
love,
Shank.
Went and watched it. People listen to me, see what happens. So.
Good movie. Good movie.
Have you seen Vass? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I liked it pretty good. I don't even like Thor very much, but yeah, Ragnarok was definitely enjoyable.
Yeah, the more superheroes they put on the screen together, it just makes it really enjoyable. They even put out a new Avengers. I don't know if it was a teaser, but just like a little Infinity War trailer that was really, really good. I don't know if you guys have you seen the trailer?
What trailer is it?
It's Infinity War.
Yes.
The new
my
one,
God.
with Thanos having 2 of the gems on his glove so far.
Yeah.
It's gonna come down.
But they've got it. But I really feel they need to do. Okay, I want to go see Black Panther.
Same. I'm watching it in like 2 weeks. Yeah.
And I really want them to go ahead and drop the next Spider-Man. But I don't think the next Spider-Man is going to happen this year.
I don't know when it's going to happen, but the trailer for it will probably happen here pretty soon.
Because I mean, in the Infinity War comics,
yeah,
Spider-Man is technically he's the Iron Spider. Am I not correct on that?
I'm not 100% sure about that.
Anybody in the chat of Shank's chat that's a Marvel fucking guru of the Marvel world.
I'm a terrible fanboy. I didn't read any of the comics, but I'm loving the movies. I'm loving them.
Yeah, the movies are awesome. The only bad Marvel movie I've seen thus far is I would say would be Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3? Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that one as well.
I wasn't a big fan of Iron Man 3.
It's definitely the worst of the Iron Men movies. So.
Right.
Yeah, I've never heard a good thing about it, so I just haven't bothered watching it.
The plot line, storyline, it just wasn't great. The ending wasn't great. It was very boring.
It was a man movie.
Yeah.
It was basically a bunch of Tony Stark trying to find his fucking mojo back.
Yeah. So, Resident is one of the few people that's so pro DC that she's always against. Like, we're always trying to talk Marvel.
I want DC to be better.
I
expected better out of DC.
But here's the thing: has any of us seen the newest movie, the Justice League movie?
No,
I haven't seen it either.
I've been told when it was in theaters, a friend of mine told me because I asked him, was like, I want kids go see, it's a superhero movie, And my oldest son, huge Batman.
Yeah.
He was like, wait, get it on Redbox, 1-day rental. I wouldn't even purchase the DVD. Just wait for the Redbox, watch it, and let that be that. And I was like, really? Is it that bad? He's like, yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really talked to anyone who's seen it because it comes out, I think, on DVD and Amazon Video here on like Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Tuesday. Tuesday when it drops.
So I'm gonna watch it, and then we'll probably end up talking about it next podcast. So because I'm very interested to see it.
Yeah, I'm interested. I really wanted them to be better movies, and I really think where the difference between the Marvel universe has been versus DC universe is they've tried the DC universe both not only in movie, but they've done it a lot of the character introductions via TV show, and it just don't work that way. Whereas Marvel, when they started making like all the Captain America movies and all that, they actually went to the movies and were able to keep the same flow and the characters throughout each of the movies, no matter who the character was, whether it be Iron Man, whether it be Thor, whether it be a lot of these characters, you know, Ant-Man,
Ant-Man was
Hawkeye,
good.
all those. That's another movie I want to see. I want to see the new Ant-Man coming.
Yeah, it's called like the Ant-Man and Wasp or something.
Yeah, Ant-Man and Wasp.
Did you watch Doctor Strange? It's on Netflix.
Oh, Doctor Strange was a good movie. I thought
Yeah,
they was.
I went in with so low expectations and ended up loving the movie. It was so good. And
I agree with Savage though.
Yeah.
DC has been best on TV, and Marvel's been best.
But none of us have seen the latest Justice League, so we can't really say.
No.
Here's the thing: I've watched the newest Wonder Woman. That was really
Wonder
good.
Woman was good.
It was
I
good.
thought Wonder Woman was good.
It helps that she's insanely hot, but yes, it was really, really good.
Right.
You know, and I like the whole Greek mythology they've added to that too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's just the reception for Justice League was so bad, just among everyone, that I don't.
And I
really...
like that they got Jason Momoa to play Aquaman. At least they got somebody that looked like a badass instead of like, I don't know, name somebody who looks like a fucking fruitcake.
Like their actors are on point.
Aquaman. He's like,
Honestly, their designs are on point. Like I like all of their designs,
I think
but where they keep
much up in the story.
They keep just missing the mark with their directors and their writers on these DC films. And I feel like if they were to bring some of the directors and writers that have worked on these TV series on to, you know, at least help with the movies, there's a chance they could put out a better product.
So Steele says he saw it and he liked it. He said it wasn't bad. So I have a feeling I will also like it because I like all the characters that are on there. So.
Yeah, I didn't think Batman versus Superman was that bad.
It was okay.
It could have been better. I think but see, the thing with Batman versus Superman, I get it. That was a way to introduce the whole Batman and everything. Yeah. But I'm gonna be honest. Batman and Resident can probably correct me if I'm wrong on this. Yeah, I agree. I didn't like Ben Affleck.
It was alright. It didn't bother me, that part. Go ahead.
But the whole thing with Batman versus Superman throughout the comics has always been after the Justice League was formed. They did not go to war with one another before the Justice League.
Okay.
It was all if I'm not now, like I said, if I'm wrong, tell me. But it was all after Justice League was formed.
That makes me happy that I didn't read the comics then, because I'm going at it with a new, fresh set of eyes, and I can watch this movie and not complain about it. Like, that's not like the comic. I'm like, I don't care. I just want to be entertained, you know?
I can give you like my main complaints with Batman versus Superman. Two easy points. The first is just that I'm a bigger fan of non-lethal Batman, and just him straight up killing some dudes bothered me quite a bit. Whether he was Ben Affleck or someone else, I just don't like that portrayal of Batman as much. And two is the fact that, you know, there's a problem with a movie when my buddy has to punch me and wake me up in the movie theater. I fell asleep through that movie. It was so boring. The pacing was so slow. I just couldn't get into it.
Like I said, I'd give it a B if I had to rate it.
Yeah, I'd give it a C.
Wow. Maybe a B minus.
Yeah, I'd give it like a C minus.
But you know, I really feel like I agree with what Shink said. I think if they did something different with the writing and the directors of the DC movies, they would have been a lot.
I mean,
a lot.
There's something that Marvel is getting correct that DC just can't seem to comprehend.
They're hitting the mark. Every new Marvel movie I've watched, I'm like, this is great. This is solid entertainment. I can't wait to watch more. When I watch a DC movie, it's like
mediocre at best.
Yeah, like
they need some really professional, astute dudes to go watch the Marvel movies and come back and give them some legitimate advice on what it is they could be doing better, because they obviously they've tried to take some elements from Marvel because they started being like, well, let's throw in dark humor and stuff like that, you know, it's like Suicide Squad and stuff.
I was about to ask, is Suicide Squad
they're
DC,
just not doing it as well.
Suicide Squad was DC.
Okay. Was it DC? It's DC, right?
Yeah, because it's Joker and Harley Quinn and stuff.
It was just okay. Like, I wasn't overly impressed. The ending I wasn't a big fan of.
No.
It it just lacks depth. You know, there's just.
And that's the one thing I did say. I like all the character designs.
Sure.
Minus Suicide Squad. I'm one of the people that really hated their Joker. Really didn't like what they did with Harley.
Well,
Killer Croc was like.
Why'd they have to give him a grill in his teeth?
Designs.
Joker grill. Why?
Okay. It was so dumb.
That seems
there
unnecessary.
There was an interview with Jared Leto, who played the Joker in that.
Right.
And his thing was, to him, the perfect Joker that has been on the big screen was not Jack Nicholson. It was Heath. Heath Ledger set the bar.
He did. He really did.
On the Joker. Hands
down.
And
Leto was trying way too hard.
Leto was putting his own spin on it because he was afraid that if he went too far, and that people would be like, "Oh, he's just trying to be Heath again. He's just trying to bring that role." So he had to do something different. Some people saw that and adapted and said, "Okay."
He sent his coworkers dead animals over the mail.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like he was trying way too hard with the role. Like he was into it way too much in real life and stuff, and he was just doing stuff that, like, I guess it was Jokerish to him, but if you look at all of
the thing with Joker in the DC
wasn't that Jokerish.
Joker has never really had the closest backstory I've heard about Joker was from The Killing Joke, I believe. That was the closest that we saw anything as far as he's had so many different backstories in the DC world that, I mean, even on like the TV show Gotham, you know, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Jared." Spoiler alert, folks.
I've seen most of Gotham. I'm like 3 or 4 seasons in.
Okay, yeah, there's just now starting on 4 seasons. So like the kid who's got like the face like sewed onto his, he's, you know, Jerome. He's supposedly the Joker.
Spoiler.
Yeah. So
you know my favorite character of that series?
What?
The Penguin. He nails it. He nails it. I 100% believe his acting that he is the Penguin. Yeah. You know, he freaking nails it.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, you know, Gotham is awesome. Like their character designs are awesome and everything, and wish they would bring that into their movies and bring some of the people who are responsible for that kind of creativity into their movies.
Yep.
It's like that's what I think they need to do to be able to start trying to catch up with Marvel.
To me, I think the biggest thing for Marvel, and this is just kind of flipping back to the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
The only Marvel-ish movies that I'd say that could have been better than what they were the X-Men.
The X-Men movies?
They didn't really represent the X-Men movies good enough. I'm just going to be honest.
I would agree with that.
They got better towards the end.
It got better towards the end, but you look at movies.
Logan was
fucking amazing.
I didn't like
ass movie.
I didn't like the ending of Logan at all.
Well, I mean, yeah, they steered it away from how he really dies in the comic, but
it's been an alternate time too.
Yeah,
like ever since First Class, I think they switched lines, like, and split it off, and they're like X-Men has not been I don't know if it's canon in the comics because I haven't read the comics, but it's not been the timeline they started with since like 3 or 4 movies ago.
I mean,
it's been an alternate thing.
I'll always love X-Men because it was a childhood cartoon of mine that I would wake up every Saturday morning and look forward to my X-Men, man.
Well, you realize that in the Marvel verse, in the multiverse of the Marvel universe, the X-Men eventually really do come in contact with like Iron Man, Black Panther, and the Avengers, and you know they have to stop. You know, I really want to see them take on, you know, what was one of their biggest villains, other than Thanos.
Wasn't there one up in space with like the Dark Phoenix? Like there was. I can't remember the.
That's more X-Men though. The Dark Phoenix.
Oh, you were thinking Marvel? Okay.
X-Men is Marvel.
But I'm talking about like.
Who was it that Disney actually bought back from Fox recently? Because I think they got some of the right back.
Yeah, Disney I think owns Deadpool now.
Yeah, they own Deadpool.
So
that's awesome because Deadpool can show up in the Avengers if they want
I
to.
really hope he does. Like, just a cameo. He doesn't have to be there for long. Just to show
Yeah.
up and be like,
Yeah,
hey,
just-
hi.
It'd be great just to
What's
have
up,
him.
fuckers? And
Yeah,
then leave.
drop in for a second.
He just drops in for a second, throws a finger up, and is like, "What's up, bitches?"
Yeah.
Leaves. That'd be good with me. I'd be like, "All right,
I would like him just
Ryan
kill.
Reynolds, I see you."
I hope he just like
I
kills
think it would be
someone.
great if
That'd
he
be
showed up and he was like, mostly I just showed up because, you know, they were going to give me a large paycheck for showing up in this big Marvel movie, but honestly, I just want them to pay me by letting some of these guys come to my next movie or something like that.
That would really help out his movie, even though everyone's going to go watch Deadpool no matter what. I mean,
Oh yeah, I'm ready for Deadpool 2.
May 18th
I'm
or
so
something?
ready for Deadpool 2.
I think
That's I was telling Saber and him, I was like, that would be a bro day.
Yeah, my buddy and I, we're gonna go day one when it opens. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm still obviously excited for the Black Panther, but I'm.
It looks really good.
Too.
It's got that chick from The Walking Dead. I can't remember her name. The chick with the katana sword.
Yeah.
Michonne. Yeah. They got her on there. I have a feeling they'll probably end up giving her some powers as well. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know much about the lore of Black Panther, honestly, but
I don't either.
But I'm willing to learn.
It's going to be a Marvel film. It's probably going to be pretty sweet.
Sorry, Savage. Deadpool is going to be in there at some point. You're just going to have to let that go.
You're just going to accept that. That's Disney.
Yeah.
It's like Disney owns Star Wars.
Right. We could potentially see a crossover there too. I mean, how crazy would that be?
I mean, well, the thing about it is, the thing with Star Wars is, I think
they need to keep it itself. Its own universe. Its
own
own separate universe.
But let's just put this. You put money where your mouth is. Disney's gonna do what they can do to make money. They're a company. Let's just put it on. Right. They're gonna do what they can to make fucking.
And they are. They're making mass amounts of money. Like my buddy is planning on going on like a There's a Star Wars themed cruise ship right now, and he's gonna go take his kid to that, and it's gonna be. I can't wait to see pictures of just all the stuff that's there. You know.
But I agree with what Savage just said. Ryan Reynolds, you were talking about Deadpool going there. Ryan Reynolds is the only one that can portray it, hands down.
Yeah, he does a great job.
And if he has anything to say about it, then yes, he's not.
Well, here's the best part about that Ryan Reynolds has so much control right now. He can literally say, no, we're not going to have Deadpool do that. We're going to have it do this direction because I see that as a character. He was literally in the comic. He was reading the Deadpool comic, and it said his name referencing Deadpool, and all of a sudden that light bulb moment turned on, and it was like 10 years later before he actually got the movie out, but that's how long it took. He was so passionate about the product. So
Yep. Because he hated the version they did in Wolverine.
Everyone hated it.
Oh my god.
Everyone hated it.
I was watching Origins, I'm like, okay. They're like, Wade Wilson at the first, the first scene.
Yeah.
That time's just like, that's fucking Deadpool. Where's his mutant ability?
Mm-hmm. I don't know what the hell they were thinking.
Fucking smart ass ninja, and I'm like, okay.
That couldn't talk. His mouth was shut.
Deadpool. Yeah, I know, and I was like, what the fuck? No, that's no, this is not Deadpool. This is not fucking Deadpool. Holy shit. I was like, sons of bitches fucked it up.
Let's burn it down.
Burn this bitch to the ground. But no, like when I saw the little, what was it? The leaked footage for Deadpool,
it was so good.
The actual movie, I was just like, this is fucking good.
Yeah.
When he's breaking the fourth wall and just he's like,
love it.
It's so fucking funny. He's like, have you seen this man? It's like, yes. Fuck yes.
See, I'd not read Deadpool comics, but I worked with a guy that basically was an encyclopedia on comics, and so through my 4 or 5 years of working at that place, I learned a whole lot about different Marvel and DC characters and stuff, and Deadpool was the one that he explained to me. I was like, he sounds amazing. I was like, that sounds like something Deadpool I really want to get into. So when the movie came out, based off the stuff he had described to me, I was like, this is exactly what I imagined. It's amazing. So, I mean, I can't be like 100% like, yeah, he's exactly like he should be from the comics, but based off someone who was a big fan, knew a lot, explaining him to me, like, they 100% nailed what I had in my head, expectation-wise for him.
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel about Deadpool.
It's still, I think, the highest-grossing Marvel movie to date. Deadpool is
that, and then I think Logan's like number 3.
Or it's the highest-grossing R-rated.
R-rated, yeah.
Because to me, I'm sorry, but if you're gonna have a Deadpool or even a Wolverine, what made Logan so good for me was that, to me, was an actual, you know.
Can we talk about Logan for a minute? Because the whole concept of the getting the kids to Canada. Spoiler alert, by the way, for people who don't know about or have not seen Logan.
Doggy.
Why have them escape to Canada?
Because in Canada.
So there's no bad guys in Canada?
No. Okay. the whole synopsis of Logan was, okay, you take, the best way I can do this is you take somebody like Scott Summers. Okay.
Yep.
Everybody thinks his eyes shoot laser beams out of it. No. His eyes see to another dimension that is of pure energy.
I actually didn't know that. I knew it was pure energy, but I didn't know it was another dimension.
So as long as Cyclops has the ability to open and close his eyes, he has access to that power. Kind of like Professor X. Kind of like Magneto.
Which doesn't fry his eyelids for some reason.
No.
You think it would if it's another dimension, but I guess you gotta let that go.
Either way, you gotta let that shit go, you know. Drop it, Shank, let it go!
Well, it's like if you turned on a lightsaber, it would actually light everyone in the room on fire. You just have to, not think.
Okay, whereas Wolverine's powers are basically based off of actual human genetics, okay? So what Wolverine's powers are from when he gets them is he has this untapped healing ability, okay?
Right.
So the ratio, if I remember correctly, from years of, like I said, I'm a big X-Men fan. Wolverine, for every 10 years, his body will actually age a year.
That sounds right.
So that reason why Logan can live for fucking hundreds of years, because his healing factor is so sped up.
Sure.
Where, like, if you cut your finger, there's going to be a scar. With Logan, there's no. Well, as you get older, after the adamantium and everything, the adamantium's actually poisoning his body, so his healing factor is constantly working to keep him alive. Okay. Well, in the movie, when he was coughing and how his healing factor was real low and would barely work, and he'd have to sleep a lot, was tired a lot.
Adamantium poisoning is
adamantium poisoning is what was killing him.
Okay, as it's constantly killing him.
Because eventually, the thing with Wolverine's powers is they do run out. They will run out.
See, I didn't know that.
Because this, like I say, this gets into a little bit of biology. But think of like, your healing factor is this. Well, every time a gene or a cell splits, it takes a little bit of that, right? So eventually, you go from having something like this when he started to barely having anything left, and eventually it burns itself out.
Okay.
And so he would die eventually. So that's kind of where they left that with Logan. That was the thing with Logan, that was a true, for me, that's how violent Wolverine was in the comic. I mean, he was, holy shit, ripping people in half, cutting people's heads off and shit.
I don't have an issue with the adamantium poisoning. I'm fine with that the way that was. It was just the getting the kids to Canada, and so apparently bad guys aren't allowed in Canada.
No. Okay. the group that was chasing the girl.
Yeah.
Okay, his daughter, X-23.
Yeah.
They had basically bought up all the farmers of America in that universe, in that world. Okay.
All of them.
And what they wanted to do is they had blood samples from all the different mutants that they'd ever ran into, including Logan, including Wolverine. So they were trying to turn them into weapons, but you couldn't really. It's kind of like selling a product. If there's product for free out there, why am I going to buy your product?
Right.
So what they had to do is they had to go in. They synthesized corn to suppress the mutant gene in people. The reason why in the movie you hear him talk about there hasn't been a naturally born mutant in like 20 years.
Yeah, I did notice that.
And it's because of everything that we intake in the United States has corn, some form of corn in it.
Yeah, corn syrup.
Corn syrup, all these. Well, it was genetically engineered to suppress that. So over the years, people eat it. They have kids. They don't have the mutant gene anymore. And henceforth, you don't have natural mutants. So then they can say, oh, well, look, we've been taking and actually cloning mutants and da-da-da-da. And that's basically what X-23 is. It's Wolverine's clone.
Okay.
The only difference with X-23 is she has the claws like he did. Only he, where he has the 3, she only has the 2 and the 1 foot. Instead of grafting the adamantium to her entire body like they did him, they just put it on her claws.
Put on her claws, okay.
So that way she can still cut through things, but she's more susceptible to like actual damage, to like Wolverine. In the movie during the forest scene where they're fighting all the dudes, and he's like in berserker mode.
Sure.
And he tells her to get behind me because of the bullets. It's because of his adamantium skeleton.
Sure.
If she was to get hit with a 50 cal round, I mean, it would leave a fucking hole in her chest like that big. With him, it just bounces off the adamantium and he goes on.
Yeah.
So she's more susceptible to really bad explosions, gunfire than he is, because she actually has a real like bone skeletal system.
Yeah.
Whereas he's a fucking, T100 underneath the skin. So
I actually just found a really direct answer to the question of why Canada. If you're a longtime X-Men fan, you may already know what it's referring to, but there's apparently a Canadian super team of mutants called Alpha Flight that work for the Canadian government, and therefore wouldn't be able to legally cross to the American territory to rescue the X-23 kids directly, but once they're in Canadian jurisdiction, they'd be able to blast any Reaver stupid enough to follow them.
Yep.
Yeah. Savage.
So that's what people think that they're referring to with them trying to Canada, is that Alpha Flight is going to basically be their guardians until they're old
enough to come back and
I don't know what happened, Vass, but can you move your mic just a little bit away from your face there? It got really loud for some reason.
Sorry. It moves around a lot really easily.
Dude, go lay down, Lucy. What's your problem? I already let you out. You're fine. Freaking dogs.
Yeah, and another thing with the Wolverine movies is I'm sorry, they're gonna have to totally reboot the whole X-Men genre, I believe, because when you look at Hugh Jackman, who do you really think of? I mean, I know he's had a lot of different roles. He's been in a lot of movies, and he's a great actor. I like Hugh Jackman. But when the first time you see him, you think Wolverine.
Yeah, and that's why he got the role. He nailed it. I mean, I doubt there will ever be another Wolverine that's as good as he is.
Yeah. And that's going to be a problem for the Marvelverse, is unless they restart it and do some different characters. That's the reason I say I think the X-Men movies were not the best of the Marvel series.
Right.
I think they learned a lot of their lessons with the X-Men movies, and that's the reason why the Iron Mans and the Captain Americas and Ant-Man and the Spider-Man movies have done so well, is because they learned from those first 3 movies of the X-Men trilogy and Wolverine Origins and the Wolverine and all them, that okay, we need to actually go back and look at how these characters are, because the first X-Men movie was meh. I'm just gonna be honest, it was meh.
I enjoyed it just because I'm always gonna be a fan. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then the second one, I think they went way off the bar with the whole, Jean Grey becoming Phoenix and all that, and especially going on into the third one.
They wanted to get into the Dark Phoenix storyline, but they went around it the wrong way. Definitely the wrong way, because that's how that she died in the comics had nothing to do with how she died in the movies. Not even close. Like, it was in New York, if I remember right. She died in New York. Yeah. So it's like, why did they even bother doing it the way they did?
Right. And they totally jacked up Apocalypse. Apocalypse was totally jacked up. Because Apocalypse was the one that originally, I think, while they were battling Apocalypse,
yeah,
is when she died.
Okay, I didn't know that.
If
I'm I don't really remember exactly, but I just
now I gotta go back to a comic store and read some.
Yeah, I know. I just bought the copy of X-Men Apocalypse because I wanted the director commentary so I can hear their thoughts and why they took things in a different direction. There's some deleted scenes on there. There's some director commentary. So I want to know more on why they took the direction they did with the movie. Even though I enjoyed it, I would give it a B, probably.
See, as someone who hasn't read the comics on that one, actually really liked it.
You liked it? Okay, good.
Coming at it from a blank slate, Apocalypse was a pretty badass movie in my opinion. But I don't have the same, knowledge of what they screwed up as other people might to really.
Well, that's like me with military movies. I see a lot of these new age military movies. I'm like, that shit doesn't happen. There's no way that's gonna happen. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Fix your collar. I mean, I know they got to do that because whenever you do a military movie, you've got to have offset things to where it's not actual by the book, and they have advisors and they got to do things like. But still, it just triggers the fuck out of me. It's like, are you serious?
All right, what's your favorite? What's your favorite military movie?
Oh, favorite military movie that I could watch over and over and over? Saving Private Ryan.
Wow.
Probably the most realistic. Let's put it this way: my grandfather was a World War II vet. I remember when the movie came out. God, that was years ago. He was alive. Got it on VHS. For kids that don't know, it's those big black cassette things.
What is that?
It's not a disc. It's a big black box with tape inside. You actually have to rewind it. I remember if you guys have ever seen the bones of a blockbuster, that was my childhood. So we sat down, we started watching it, and it shows the opening scene of D-Day, Normandy, Omaha Beach, Normandy. He watched exactly, I want to say, a minute and a half, got up and left and walked out of the room.
Because it was that traumatizing?
It was that fucking
real
on point.
Yeah.
He actually survived. And I asked him, I said, Granddad, why? You're going to watch the movie? He said, can't watch that. I said, why is that? He said, too real.
Too real.
Too real. And I was like, okay.
I mean, makes sense.
Do you have a military movie that say is the most accurate you've seen, just in case somebody wants to just know exactly what it is really like?
As far as what? Modern day military?
Yeah, just like ones, if you've seen any that like depict the modern military like in a more realistic light than others.
Not really.
Like one I've heard like praises about, but I don't remember if it's modern military or if it was like Nam or something with Black Hawk Down.
Okay, Black Hawk Down, yes.
It was a good movie. I liked it.
It was a good movie. That was actually that actually happened. That was 10th Mountain. They're out of Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So basically what happened with Black Hawk Down was it was a group of SF guys who had gone in and were supposedly taking out this warlord or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they shot the Black Hawk down.
Right.
And the Sergeant First Class, I can't think of his name. The Sergeant First Class and his buddy, they were a sniper team. They're Medal of Honor recipient. That movie, and what the whole thing with Black Hawk Down was messed up was 10th Mountain sent in like a platoon, like a company-sized element when they probably should have sent the whole fucking brigade, because basically they sent them into the middle of this town where it was just nothing but.
It was a bad idea.
It was just a bad idea from the word go to try to pull these guys out, and they really should have went in there with more firepower than what they did.
Yep.
And it became a big clusterfuck. There's a book based on it. I'll actually have to find it. It's on Amazon. It's a really good read. Really good read.
There's another one that just came out. I didn't watch it though. It was like American Marksman, American Sniper, or something like that.
Yeah, American Sniper. It's based off of Chris Kyle. I've read the book. The book's better than the movie.
I didn't really. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that? And you can spoil it as much as you want because I'm probably not going to watch it. So
basically, it talks about Chris Kyle's life and things that he had to do in Ramadi and places over in Iraq.
He killed a lot of people.
Well, it's just you see a lot of what those types of what I call the spec op guys. You know, the people you send. You know, to the people you send to fucking hunt the boogeyman. You know, the John Wick people. Those guys go through a lot. My wife's brother is Ranger. He's had 13 combat deployment. I mean, this isn't like 12-year. He got deployed every 6 months for his entire 15-year career.
Did he like it?
Every 6 months, and I mean that's just part of the job. But it was basically you get to kind of see a sliver of what these guys have to deal with. You know, when you're overseas and you're talking about, you know, you've got to protect an area of your guys, or you've got to find a certain target, and then like one scene in the movie, if you watch it, you'll see that he talks about, and you'll see just the stress because it's one of those things. It's like, you know, he shoots this guy with an RPG.
Right.
Okay. Shoots the guy. Okay. Dude's about to blow up a crew of RPGs, or excuse me, this guy's trying to hit him with an RPG. This little motorcade that's American forces, you know.
Right.
So he shoots the guy. You know, no harm, no foul. He just, you know, saved a bunch of lives just by shooting this guy. But this kid comes out of the same building this guy was in. And I'm talking like a 12-year-old, 13-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Little kid. And he picks up he looks around and he sees the RPG laying there. And he picks up the RPG and it can barely kind of hold it. And he's sitting here and he kind of finally gets it over and he's sitting here and he's looking around. And you hear the distress in the actor's voice.
He's like, "Don't do it, don't do it."
No,
one of those,
yeah,
or what?
Because he's just like, no. Because that's the last thing you really want to do is you don't want to kill a kid, but an enemy combatant is an enemy combatant, and that's just how that is. And of course, the kid, spoiler, he kind of looks around. He's like, you know, he kind of is like this. Fuck this shit, I'm out. He throws the RPG down and runs away.
Okay.
And the guy playing Chris Kyle was crying because he was like, I was fixing to have to kill this kid. That's something you don't want on your conscience for the rest of your life. And that just shows some of the stressors and brings up awareness of like, you know, PTSD and some of the things we as vets go through.
Mm-hmm.
We all have different experiences. We all have our stories, things we've gone through. So, you know, to me, that was a really good adaptation of that and what we go through. Because you never know on a day-to-day basis. You might go a full week going outside the wire. You might hit a goat or a cow with your fucking truck, and the next day or so, you might not do nothing. And then one day you go out there, and it's constant IEDs and firefights. Constant.
Yeah. And
you're just, I mean, you know, a 12-hour mission easily turns into an 18 to 24 hour.
Man.
And it sucks. Horribly. Horribly sucks.
When was the last time you ate an MRE?
Oh, God.
For me, it was in Boy Scouts. They broke it open and for survival.
Like an actual MRE?
Yeah.
Like a brown bag actual MRE? God. 2014 when I was in Afghanistan.
Wow.
Hey, meal number 23, the spaghetti and meatballs.
That's your jam.
My
huh?
jam.
Yeah.
That's my jam. And the fucking beef stew.
Do you guys trade back and forth? You know, like a cafeteria?
Like, hell yeah. When you're sitting down, you're in the truck,
mm-hmm.
you know, and my gunner and my driver would all be like, hey, what'd you get today? I don't know. I'd look in my bag, you know, because you carry like 3 or 4 of them. I'm like, well, I got this, I got that. Oh, I got the beef lasagna or whatever. And you're like, hey, can I get that? What do you got? Dude, it's like lunchroom. It's like, hey man, what do you want for your pudding cup? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how that goes. And it's cool.
I assume that's what happened. So I'm glad.
Oh yeah,
I'm glad it does.
That shit. You trade that shit out and laugh about it.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that shit's funny. But yeah, that shit clogs me the fuck up. So like as soon as I got back from Afghanistan, literally it sounded like bricks hitting the toilet.
Dang.
Oh my god, it hurts so bad.
Because who knows how long that sat on a shelf before you actually got to eat it? You know those things are not like the pristine best stuff.
We had some in Iraq. They had some in Iraq that they had cheese. You know, it had like little cheese pack. Shit was black.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, the black cheese of death. I was like, yeah, we're gonna feed this to somebody's camel. Because I'm not eating this shit.
Man.
So, you know, care packages, you know, for me on a normal like mission going out would have been like I'd carry like some extra beef jerky. I'd have some stuff that would be sent in. Amazon. Oh my god, Amazon. I'm such a
Did you buy stuff on Amazon to send it to you?
Yes, I did.
Hell yeah.
They will send it to your APO.
That is
quicker
the best.
than what it would coming from the house.
I'm sure.
Seriously.
100%. Because they're on point when it comes to shipping. Yes, Chronic, we're talking about MREs because he's also in the military still. So yeah.
Yeah. Come on, Chronic. Well, I mean, he's Air Force.
Oh.
So I mean, his shit's like.
Excuse me.
Like, surf and turf for me would be like some like burnt ass shrimp that were like literally trying to like eat gravel and a steak, and then there's like Fridays were surf and turf at the DFACs over in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
So we'd go in and be like, yeah, it's surf and turf, you know, it's seafood and like a steak is what you would get. Well, they'd have these fucking shrimp. They were like that big.
Tiny ass shrimp.
Tiny ass, like it looked like, you know, the bottom of your boot trying to eat these steaks, and they were tough and crazy. And even over in the actual States, it's like that for the Army.
Chronic says he's eating the same type of MREs that you are. Did you see, just because he's in Air Force.
The MREs are across the board the same.
They're the same.
But what I'm trying to say though, those guys, they have all the funding. They get all the good shit. Okay, go to an Army post. So just pick a base.
Yeah.
Pick any base. Go walk into an Army DFAC and say, okay, this is the food. Okay, then take your ass to an Air Force base like Langley or somebody else. And then guess what? This shit's like like literally you're sitting here and like, it's like you're going to Disney World.
Yeah.
You're like, what is that?
Like,
those are barracks?
I want those.
What are those? And then you walk into the DFAC to try to eat. And this is at Langley.
Yeah.
So, come on, Chronic, you know. Dude. The steaks are like actual like steakhouse ribeyes.
Nice.
I'm talking like, bam, 3/4 to an inch thick. Shit's marbled. They actually got like lobster tails and shit. I'm like, the fuck? How come we don't get this shit?
You're making me hungry, man.
Oh, dude. And their barracks are like fucking hotel room, 5-star hotel room.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi, fucking all sorts of crazy shit. Come on, Chronic, you know. Don't bro me. Don't bro me, Chronic. You know exactly what the fuck I'm saying, dude. And you guys get per diem, so you get extra money on top of your base pay. I don't hear that shit. But
wow,
about 92% of the jobs that the Air Force does.
We used to go to the Army DFAC in Afghanistan because you fuckers had a good food. He said you guys had the good food.
Bullshit, dude. Bullshit.
All right, we need to have you both on and have you guys go at it.
Right. When I was in fucking what fob was it? Fob Shank. Okay, Fob Shank. I'm just gonna give it out there. If you know where that's at, I'm not there anymore. Hi, I'm in America. But anyway, dude. Oh my God, you guys had the best DFAC. There were 2 DFACs. There was one for the Air Force and one for like everybody else. And ours got blown up. So when we finally got to go to the Air Force one, oh dude, it was like walking into a 5-star restaurant for us. We were like, oh, these are real potatoes. Real fucking mashed potatoes. Don't that instant shit.
All right, now he's saying that stateside stuff is definitely better, but stuff overseas,
stuff hands down, fucking way better.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, anything really overseas is better than an MRE.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Anything, any DFAC, I don't give a shit. The Navy knew how to fucking cook. We worked with some Seabees when I was in Bagram, right before I left. We were doing some work with Seabees, and they actually made a grill. These motherfuckers, that's what they do. All the Seabees do is they build shit.
Nice.
Okay, they build like buildings and barracks and different things. Well, anyway, these guys are really ingenuity. You know, they're like engineers. So they built this fucking grill, and the guy actually had family send meat and stuff, and they'd be like, "You guys want some burgers?
Hell yeah!
Is it real? Yeah, bro, it's real. I'll take 2."
Mm-hmm.
So,
man, now you're making me hungry. All right, what was the one thing? Oh, we didn't talk about the new upcoming games that we're thinking about getting, like later this year or maybe even next year, whatever games. Because like right now, we pretty much PUBG is our go-to. And then, what other games are you guys playing right now?
I just started playing Warframe.
I'll agree with that, Chronic. I'm sorry. The rest of it destroys you internally.
Yeah, I just started playing Warframe myself. The guy
got
that I watched who did Paragon videos switched to Warframe since Paragon is shutting down in April. And I was like, yeah, you know, I've heard about it. It's supposed to be grindy and stuff, and I'll check it out. Yep. Yeah,
Wow.
they're giving up on it.
I mean, like, the only person I saw play it
something.
was Ghost was the only person I think I saw play it. And
yeah.
The game
Ghost
itself had...
It's a MOBA.
It doesn't appeal to me at all. I'm like, I don't want to play this.
I played it a lot when it first came out, but Paragon is the opposite example of what I was talking about earlier, where they absolutely 100% never listened to a single thing that their fans wanted. Yeah. They did everything they wanted to do and took any suggestions from their fans, and that's why their game is dying. It's because they 100% just alienated the crap out of their fan base.
That's crazy. Like a game that...
But yeah, Warframe, though, it's free. Everything in it is technically obtainable without having to
pay for it.
Pay real money. You can pay money to, you know, get some stuff quicker, but basically just a game about customizing the crap out of a space ninja robot however you want it to be. And it's pretty fun so far.
My beer's way over there.
Wait.
I didn't hear it. You got to put it next to your microphone. So yeah.
There you go.
So moist.
So moist.
Any other games? Because right now, PUBG and Rocket League are about my go-tos. I want to get back into some scary games, but I need to find a good one, like a good scary game that. Deceit was fun, but I got bored like after, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes of playing because it seems kind of repetitive, you know?
Deadlight, as far as scary games, Dead by Daylight's still my go-to for that.
I get bored playing that too because it's fun for about 10, 15 minutes, and then it just becomes repetitive.
Well, the only way I play it anymore is with friends. That's just
yeah, I mean, it'd be fun to have all of us get together and play and just screw with each other and stuff, you know? But the next big game that I'm planning on getting is going to be Red Dead Redemption 2. And I don't know...
Yes, I've got that.
You got the first one?
Yeah, we got it on the Xbox.
Well...
Proud Mom already beat it, so...
The first one. We're talking about the second one since it's not released yet.
The second one looks amazing. Yeah. Oh my god.
Plus, it has multiplayer, it looks like. So... We're going to have to play together and stream
all basically Red Dead Redemption is GTA, but in the Wild West.
And it's good. It's so good.
I've yet to find a game that Rockstar makes that I don't like.
I wasn't a big fan of Bully.
I didn't mind Bully. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was entertaining enough.
L.A. Noire was really good. I enjoyed that.
L.A. Noire is one of my top games of all time.
I want them to come out with another
masterpiece.
A second L.A. Noire. That'd be great.
Yeah, the studio that actually was behind it, though, like the branch of Rockstar that made that, got shut down shortly afterwards.
What I would love to see a remake of,
what's up?
This is going to sound fucked up, but you guys remember a game called Soul Reaver?
Yeah.
I know the name. Yeah.
It was like you were a vampire at one time, and then you died, and now you have to like feed off the souls. And there was a sword, and like the Legacy Blood of Cain was. It was during that series. I would really love for them to redo that and bring those back.
Yeah.
I love games like that.
I'm actually
go-to games this year. Of course, I'm continuing my 15-year veteranism of World of Warcraft because Proud Mom bought me the collector's edition for Battle for Azeroth pre-order. So we're going to be continuing that.
I just watched a fail video of like some guild leader guy that was in the middle of the raid. He's like, I'm fucking done with this shit. I'm tired of you people bitching all the time about all this raids and everything. He just went off and he's like, I'm done. I'm not buying the new expansion.
Dude,
I am fucking done.
Get fucking salty as shit.
Yeah.
Salty as shit.
I mean, I couldn't do it because it's way back in the day. Let's say 2008, I believe, is the last time I picked up WoW. And the main reason I stopped playing it is because, one, they destroyed my Warlock class, and two, they came out with like the worst expansion ever. Next, it was like pandas.
You quit playing after what?
2008 was the last time I picked up that game, and they destroyed
Wrath of the Lich King.
I did get that, yeah.
Okay,
and I was
Warlocks are amazing right now. I play an Affliction Warlock.
Yeah.
We're fucking OP as shit.
I was gonna say,
my buddy is actually salty because he's a Warlock main. It took your Metamorphosis.
Oh, yeah, for Demonology.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation.
She said they had a raid leader go ape shit, throw his modem out the window. Modem?
Yep.
Wow.
When we were a part of a hardcore raiding guild during Wrath of the Lich King, we were pushing 25-man heroic. He literally got pissed off, and it was because the game was doing something, and we had been wiping on this guy for like a month and a half. I want to say it was, it was Arthas. It was the Lich King.
Yeah.
On 25-man heroic. He literally, like, you hear him in Ventrilo, and he's like, you know what? Fuck it! And you hear it crash, and then he goes offline.
Wow.
It's like, what the fuck? Well, one of the chicks that was, I guess, his girlfriend that was in the guild, she called him. He's like, yeah, I won't be raiding till next week. And we're like, why? I got mad through the modem.
Why would you ruin your internet because the game's so bad? That's just... Don't wreck your internet.
Oh, he got so mad.
Break something else. I've got like 5 keyboards over here for breaking purposes.
Yeah, I can see why, mister. Fuck this shit.
Oh, I was so mad. I had him just sitting there waiting. I was waiting for a rage game to play. They've just been sitting there, just waiting. And then I started playing Cuphead, and it was the game's not for me.
More like Salthead. Fuck.
God.
I used to break controllers myself until they started charging $60 for it, and I'm like, oh, that's $60. I better not throw it.
Proud Mom will tell you, when we played Halo, I destroyed 2 controllers in one night.
Wow.
Over Halo. At a friend's house, like back when LAN parties were the thing.
Yeah.
You know, you grabbed your Xbox and some controllers, and dude, it was like dodgeball in the fucking kitchen. All right, I'll take Tony, I'll take him, I'll take Matt, I'll take this guy, you. All right, this is your team. And we would literally like have red team in the kitchen, blue team would be in the living room, and you'd have LAN cable just ran everywhere.
Oh yeah, we did the same thing with computers,
And my buddy Neil's, where he lived in his apartment, his 2-bedroom apartment with his brother. It was like right up the street from Taco Bell. So like we'd pause the game and we'd go there so much. Like we'd walk in, they'd be like, "Oh, hey Steve, hey Dale, what's going on, guys? Y'all want the normal?"
Yep.
I mean, my kidneys are probably still trying not to die from all the Mountain Dew that I drank.
Yeah. Ours we did for our LAN parties was Command and Conquer, like way back in the day. And I don't know what release or what they're doing now with the series, but Tiberian Sun was one of the big ones, and then there was Red Alert 3, and I don't know what's going on now, but I really enjoyed the top-down build construction process, and then destroying your enemies with massive armies. It was so much fun.
We used to do Counter-Strike, Gary's mod, and the Specialists, which was a Half-Life 1 mod that let you do like Matrix moves, like dive and shoot people while you're diving and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then we would always like sometimes swap out and we'd play like fighter games. You know, we'd play like Street Fighter, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Tekken was my game. Like Tekken, hands down, I was the best at Tekken. But
Tekken's me and my bro's game as well.
Tekken, love it.
I would like to play against you in Tekken someday, Solus.
One day.
Or some Street Fighter 2 or Street Fighter.
I haven't played in years, to be honest.
Not a Street Fighter guy.
Oh, no.
Not a Mortal Kombat. And like to me, the fighting games that I liked were Mortal Kombat and Tekken. Those were the fighting games for me. Soul Calibur, I don't know. I just couldn't get into Soul Calibur.
I like Soul Calibur.
Street Fighter was good, but you had those ones that just would spam certain abilities. And
right.
It's just like, fuck that.
Yeah. Was there any other games that on your radar planning on getting later on? What's that, Vass?
Still waiting on Agony because it was supposed to be out July of last year.
What was that? My headphones cut out. I need another.
Agony.
Battery.
Yeah, it was supposed to be out like July last year, but it got a console port deal, and therefore they've delayed the crap out of it so they can put it out on consoles and PC at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm super stoked because they're doing a remaster of System Shock.
Okay.
So I'm hella excited for that. Do you guys know what System Shock is?
No.
You know what BioShock is?
Yes.
BioShock is the spiritual successor to System Shock. So System Shock was an older game that basically inspired BioShock. And it was like a Diablo-style inventory system, but it was a first-person game.
I love Diablo.
And
I still do.
It takes place on like a derelict spaceship, and there's some kind of parasitic infestation.
That merch.
You guys are
happening.
Yeah,
and it was
merch.
super scary. It used like a RNG system.
Life.
It would like spawn enemies that would suddenly slap you on the side of the head from out of nowhere and scare the pants off of you and stuff. It was pretty great.
Yeah.
And then my other two are Far Cry 5, which I think looks pretty legit.
I never got it. I never played it.
I never did either. Same with Assassin's Creed. I never got into any of that stuff.
No, I never got into that.
You guys should check out Far Cry sometime. It's really good, especially the last one, 4. 4 was awesome.
Yeah.
Like I really hope they come back, and I think they're gonna do it, and I'm just gonna put it up there.
The Division.
Yeah.
I heard they're gonna make a second one, but this one right now I've heard is they've made it way better than what it was, and I would really hope. I want another Splinter Cell. I'm a huge Splinter Cell. Oh my god, I love it.
Sure.
To me, the best Splinter Cell was Chaos. I love those games. I really wish they would bring them back, but the studio that did them, I guess they lost the rights to them, and now they're just kind of in hiatus mode.
Yeah.
So.
And then my last game, and this is all that we have, but it's really short, is...
I can't tell what that is.
It's just literally like a little mechanical thing turning. Something they're calling Shadows Die Twice, and it's the guys that make Dark Souls and Bloodborne.
Nope. Fuck that game. Fuck.
One of my favorite series of all time. If you get good at it, dude, it's so much fun.
Yeah, I agree
Dark
with
Souls
what
and
Grandma
Bloodborne.
says. I enjoyed watching her play those games.
The Witcher. Yeah. I mean, I beat South Park, the Fractured Butthole, which it was fun, but there wasn't much content now that I'm waiting for them to update the game and everything, because I guess there's more content, some more DLC that's going to happen.
I'm thinking about doing some streams on these and just playing these through.
Yeah.
So the first 2 good Batman games.
Yeah.
The last Batman game was great. Was it Arkham something?
That's actually one of the only series that I've finished.
Bam.
Yeah, that one was great. My daughter even loved it. So.
Well, the first 2 were freaking awesome as well.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I've played through all of the Arkham games at least twice. I think I've played through the first one 3 times though. So,
right.
Yeah, they stay entertaining even after you've beaten them and know what happens.
It's the fighting system's great. Like the
hands down the best superhero game that they've ever put out.
Yeah.
I've heard the new Spider-Man's good, but I'm gonna have to wait and see some more.
Not really into that. I'd rather watch a movie about Spider-Man than play a game about Spider-Man. But that's just me.
Yeah.
So we got a little over time. I mean, I usually try to stick these over like around an hour. We're about an hour and a half in. Anything else you guys like to talk about? Plug? We'll go around and plug each other.
The only other thing I was going to talk about was back when we were talking about movies. Is what do you guys think about Ready Player One?
The movie?
I'm gonna have to.
It's coming out.
It looks like it'd be worth a watch, but I'm gonna have to see some more trailers to actually say, okay, I'm gonna go and spend $10 on a ticket to go watch this movie.
Yeah, I just figured I'd bring it up because it kind of combines the 2 things we were talking about. It's a video game inspired movie.
So. Yeah.
Savage said he's going to check out the Spider-Man game, so that's cool. Proud Mom, I would say if I have one complaint about the shirt, it's the fact that this smells very plasticky. But that'll go away over time, so.
Yeah.
By
the way, the plug. For those of you that are PUBG players, Jink is wearing some merch. There it is. That's Severny Life. You can also get hashtag buttpan lives matter. You can also get level 3 out of my mind and focus mode activated. So make sure you guys go by and check that out. But make sure you're also supporting these two as well. Fucking amazing peeps. Amazing peeps.
We didn't get a chance to talk about crypto for a second. If you want, give me a couple questions, because you said especially Bass. I was going to show my miner real quick. Sitting over there. This is constantly mining Bitcoins right now. So.
No, you said the way it works is that it's basically trading other kinds of currencies and trying to go up.
I was actually a little bit.
Get a hold of Bitcoins?
I do. I'll show that here in a minute. But I was actually wrong about that. What it's doing is it's recording transactions of other people buying and selling Bitcoins and other cryptocurrency. So it's just recording the transactions. It's verifying, all right, I sold one coin, whatever here. Another person over there received that coin. Well, my bot that's over there running is basically saying, yes, that's validated. Yes, that's validated. This is a valid transaction. Moving on to the next one. So that's how that works. So, and Savage can't stay in the cryptocurrency right now. That's the best.
I can't take it.
But dude, there's thousands of cryptocurrencies out there right now. And
I just still don't understand how it works, though. Like, I mean, I understand basically how the currency itself is digital, untraceable currency or whatever. But how does a graphics card in a system sit there and mine it?
It's doing the calculations. All right, here, I can't do it while I'm streaming at the moment. But what it does is it goes out there and looks to find a single block of the blockchain. And it does all the algorithms to say, like, hey, I'm trying to mine this block. Well, your graphics card and your CPU, mostly your graphics card, mines that block until it says, all right, I have now obtained this block like you would in mining, like for Minecraft or something. And then it propagates out to the world, I have now mined this one block. Okay? So it's informing the masses that you now own this one block. And then it moves on to the next block. And after so long, it takes those blocks and they take the blocks from you and they pay you in Bitcoin. At least this is how this system works. And then I'll bring up the screen here in a second.
And then you can turn around and sell the Bitcoin.
So it's actually not like it's mining directly a Bitcoin. It's doing something that people are going to give you Bitcoin for.
It's mining the blockchain that is Bitcoin. All the major cryptocurrencies out there have what's called a blockchain behind them, the technology. And I have it up on the screen in case you're watching the stream at the moment. I can show you that Bitcoin has done...
Damn, I know who's got the money now.
I don't have that much Bitcoin. If you look down here...
I mean, it's enough for me to get a 1080T. I mean...
I only have $79 of Bitcoin at the moment because I sold it when it was really high. If you look on the graph here, in December, it got almost up to like $19,000, almost $20,000 per Bitcoin. And it's dropped off significantly since then. And there are a number of reasons why that probably happened, but it's going to bounce back. It's just going to take time. I've also bought some Ethereum as well, which I recommend doing. You use this website. You can buy it from other places as well, but this is Coinbase, coinbase.com, coinbase.com. And it's just, I find it amazingly fascinating because there's so many different types out there. Like here, I'll bring up another one here in a second, but like here's Ethereum, for example. It also got up there to about 1,300 a piece, about the same time Bitcoin hit its max. And it's going to fluctuate. That's the thing. A lot of people think that it's like a get-rich-quick scheme. Well, no, in some cases you can, but it's most likely it's going to be a currency that is also a stock at the same time. It's going to fluctuate. It's not going to be the same thing. Like if you look here on the screen for Bitcoin, for example, in February of last year, it was worth $1,000. Well, if you invested just a little bit last year, you'd be making bank right now. So what I'm doing is I am buying some of the big ones like Ethereum and mining Bitcoin. I even bought a little Litecoin here, and it's pretty much shit. I'll probably end up selling it or just holding on to it because eventually it could go up one day. What I'm doing now is I'm going and finding which cryptocurrencies have like the most market share. And there's another website I'll bring up here that does that.
So basically, you're playing the stock market.
Essentially, yeah, because I'm just kind of guessing by what has the biggest market share. This is called Coin Clarity. It's a website, coinclarity.com, and I have it listed by most popular coins at the moment. Well, let's switch it to market cap, the highest market cap at the moment. Well, Bitcoin still has the highest, Ethereum has the third. Well, look what number 3 is. It's Ripple at 38 billion right now. Have you guys heard about Ripple?
No.
It is the newest cryptocurrency that is just, it's going to explode this year, 100%. And I don't know when, but it's going to happen. But right now it's $1 per coin, 99 cents. It's going to freaking explode. Look at all these other ones, they're way down here. But Litecoin's been around for a while, and it's at 8 billion market cap share. Well, Ripple's at 38 billion. It's almost halfway to Ethereum, and then of course Bitcoin's the big one on there.
So you think if I dropped like $5 on some Ripple right now, that I might be able to turn it into a little bit more money later?
Most likely, yes. But here's the thing: is you can only buy Ripple with other cryptocurrency right now. You can't buy Ripple with money. You have to get other cryptocurrencies in order to get Ripple.
Right.
So let me show you the website, which I can go into depth in that. I'm going to stop talking about this because I can tell we're boring some people, because I can go into great detail about cryptocurrency, and I still don't know everything that there is to know about it. So ask me questions while I go to the next page here.
So, anyway.
All right.
And I got my freaking phone going off, and my cousin's like, "Lord, you need to come play PUBG on Xbox One tonight." Yeah.
This is the last thing I'll go on to about. This is called Evercoin. It's evercoin.com, Evercoin. And here is an online cryptocurrency exchange. And you can take whatever cryptocurrency you have and then exchange it for other cryptocurrencies. So this is the one that I use to get my Ripple coins. I took just a little bit of my Ethereum, and I think it was like 0.03 Ethereum, and then I got some Ripple out of it right now, and I think I spent, I don't know, it was like about $100 or something like that of Ethereum and of Bitcoin I used, and then I got, right now I'm sitting at about, I don't know, 80 Ripple coins at the moment. But you can use this website to do that. I'm also dabbling in a couple other cryptocurrencies, and I'm finding the ones that have large market cap share and that they're only worth pennies. For example, there's another one that I could go into detail about that. I'm not going to do that right now. But if that one blows up, I'm already a millionaire because I've got like 500 of those coins. You know what I mean? So it's just a big chance that chances are it could go up. Who knows?
Anyway. I kind of agree with Savage there. Like,
what's up?
It would be kind of nice if the graphics card companies would do something to new GPUs they make to prevent them from being used for mining.
That's not going to happen.
And then introduce separate graphics cards for mining, so they can still make their money off these miners, but they can also have some cards basically that are reserved for people who are just wanting to build a damn gaming rig like I want to.
Right. It's always going to be both. You know.
Yeah.
They're going to use it for both. But that's it. I'm gonna stop talking about crypto. I'm starting to bore people.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, let's do our shout outs real quick. I'll go last. Go for it.
I'll let Vass go.
Vass
first.
I don't know what you mean by shout outs.
Where can people find you on the interwebs? Where do you ever stream? Okay. Do you ever use Twitter?
Twitch.tv/Vasarctus is my Twitch channel. You can follow me there. And I will post on Twitter and in pretty much everyone's Discord. So if you're a part of Shinx or Solus's Discord, they have a channel, I believe, for shout yourself out. Please. I usually post, let everybody know when I'm going online.
Please do.
And you can also go to YouTube and search for Altergrave and check out my band, and I would appreciate that as well.
Altergrave.
Altergrave.
I will put the spelling in chat.
Sounds like a finishing move in wrestling. Anyway, Alter Gray. There it is. Yeah. So I just dropped 2 links in the chat for everybody. The first one is my personal Twitch TV/Soulless Havoc with an underscore. If you guys come by, we'll be playing PUBG tonight.
Yep.
So, fixing to get over there and get all that started. And then if you really want to follow me and check up all the updates and everything that I post, I am very active on Twitter. Probably one of the best places to get with me. There's my Twitter access as well. Giggity. Also, don't forget, I got the swag. So if you're that PUBG player that wants that Severny life,
the merch.
I have a copy. I have a link here.
Yeah, I see it there.
Let me see. Right here it is. Bam. Go by. Grab you some of that PUBG swag. Got a couple of shirts. Thanks to Proud Mom with the designs on those. And that's where you can find me and support me at.
Nice.
So I appreciate you.
So we're going to wrap it up here. Most people that are on this channel pretty much already follow me anyway on the Twitch and the Twitters, and then I need to get back into doing YouTube. Even though this video right now is being uploaded to YouTube currently, it's on live stream on it's youtube.com/ShankDiesel. It's all same spelling, and so there'll be a copy of it. If anyone missed it, they can go back and watch it. But we're gonna be playing some PUBG here in a little bit, and I think that'll do it. We'll need to do another podcast again soon, especially after we see. The latest, the DC movie, which you have not seen. None of us saw it in movie theaters. The Justice League. I'm going to be watching it this week, and hopefully either next weekend or the weekend after, we can get together and talk about it. Are you guys planning on watching it?
I'll see if I can find a way to watch it. My buddy is salty that the Green Lantern is not in it, so he might.
That? Oh, Justice League? Yeah, I'm going to get it Tuesday.
Nice.
Rental.
Thank you for that new subscription, Solus. Appreciate it. Which is free. It costs no money to subscribe to me on YouTube or Twitch. No, actually, it does cost money on Twitch. I take that back.
Yeah.
I was like, how does that work?
How does this work?
You see, how many subs you up to there, Solus?
Oh God.
Yeah.
12.
Yeah. Nice.
12, 11, something like that. We still growing.
Yeah, it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah, it does.
Cool. Thanks, man. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it, guys. And
no problem.
We'll be playing some PUBG later. So watch us, all of us.
I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna start on Xbox One because I'm gonna play a little bit with my kid.
That's fine.
And then we'll swap over to PC.
Cool. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. See you next time.